welcome to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the big, butch, manly movie podcast that sucks in a good way. I'm Andrew Wheeler.
And I'm Shane Holland.
And this episode we're talking about the 1986 horror comedy Vamp from director Richard Wenk, starring Chris Makepeace, Dee Dee Pfeiffer, Robert Russler, Geddy Watanabe, and the legend, the one, the only. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Grace Jones. She's not here.
Oh, damn it. Special guest? No?
And no, I tried, but she's no longer in trouble with the IRS, which apparently is why she made this film.
That
she had
was
tax
very
bills.
clear. Yeah.
So we can't afford her. This film received mixed reviews from the critics, but has earned a cult reputation in the years since, especially from me, because I make everyone I love watch it.
Hmm.
The film's producer claims, of course, that Grace was cheap because she owed money. Most of her dialogue was then cut from the film because the director didn't like her line delivery. What a fool. Grace can do nothing wrong. The summary, the plot synopsis: college boys Keith and AJ convince wealthy fellow student Duncan to drive them into the city so that they can hire a stripper for a frat party. They find themselves at a club in a dangerous part of town, and when AJ disappears, Keith and a waitress named Amaretto go looking for him and discover that the club is full of vampires.
It's a simple plot.
It's very simple. Classic.
And when you say they find themselves at a club, they literally find themselves at a club. It happens so suddenly. They stop hard at a light and the car goes spinning about 1,000 times. And when the car stops, it is night and they are in a different part of town.
Yep.
Yep.
They do go to a cafe first, but then they go to the club and, the weird green and pink part of town.
Yes, of course. Everything green and pink. In homage, I'm wearing my best green and pink. I am also from 1986, beautiful. So I feel a strong connection to this film.
Two of my favorite things came from that year. Yes, this film is a favorite of mine. I saw it when I was an impressionable teen, and it changed my world.
Yeah.
To the twin poles of this movie, so to speak, Robert Russler and Grace Jones, both triggered an awakening in me in different ways. And so I am glad that I've been able to inflict this movie on so many people since, including you, my dear Shane.
Yes, I feel like I've had my neck ripped out of my body and turned into a creature of the night, having seen this film twice now, and loving it more the second time than I did on the first watch. The first time, I was confused. And that's not to say that the second time I wasn't confused, but the second time I was prepared to be confused, and I was okay with being confused.
I mean, there's too much to love in this film, and I commend it to everyone.
Too much is right.
And I think we should dive straight into talking about our 5 standards, because the women of this movie, I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there is. God, I could spend all day, and we will just talk about the women. But I will say, I think we watched this with some of our friends the first time together, but this time we watched it with the rest of our friends. And the level of shock in the room at what we were watching was palpable and made me feel giddy. And I felt like I was showing it to them for the first time, and I understood how you felt showing it to me for the first time. Like, I just wanted to say, just you wait until she steps on stage, baby. When Grace Jones does her piece, it was just as good the second time. It went down so much smoother. My God.
Honestly. It's an extraordinary strip routine that she gives us. It is so clearly, like, it makes sense for the character, I think. Like, this weird immortal Egyptian vampire queen to do this esoteric sex theater. It makes sense for Grace Jones most of all. It makes sense in the context of the film least of all. This is the routine that convinces AJ that, this is the stripper we need to bring to the frat party. And it's like, no, this is of all the strippers we see walk that stage, this is the one you would least likely bring to a frat party, because they are not
is a red flag. Like, no one's getting off at this stripper party. Everyone's walking away, like, confused about their sexuality.
Yeah.
confused about their entire existence on this earth. What does life mean? Is the question I would be asking myself at the end of this routine.
It's it's violent, it's sexual, but it's not like erotic in my view. I mean, she does simulate oral sex both ways,
Hmm.
and she does strip down to her colanders, her
Her oven
wire
coils. Yeah,
oven coils. But yeah, the whole thing is, on a
scary.
Keith Haring chair built like a human torso with Keith Haring body paint on her. And it's like, that's amazing that Keith Haring is involved in this project. But like, Keith Haring is known for his commentary on the AIDS crisis. Is this a warning? Like, what is happening on that stage?
I don't know. It's warning us against something, and I'm not sure
Yes,
what.
it's probably sex, given what happens in the film, but
And the world, right?
and the world. Yes.
Okay. In that context, actually, it makes so much sense that this movie is
Yeah.
trying to frighten us away from sex. I can, well, I don't want to get behind it, but I can at least understand it.
Yeah, no, we're pro sex for the most part and pro sex pros.
Hmm.
But yeah, this movie is the audience reaction to the Grace Jones routine is
It's that scene in The Producers after they sing "Springtime for Hitler," and it just pans across the audience, just dead silence.
But yeah, Grace Jones amazing in the strip routine, but amazing throughout this movie. She has so many cool looks. She has so many cool scenes. The fact that she has very little dialogue actually works in her favor, I think, like makes it
Hmm.
much more interesting, more intriguing. She gets to yowl and screech, and she's having a great time, I feel like, in this movie. She gets to wear all the monster makeup,
Hmm.
big nails. She gets to be ugly as sin.
She
What's not to
serves
love?
face in so many ways.
So many ways.
Yeah, truly just like the absolute highlight of this film, worth the price of admission, worth staying until the end when her skeleton gives the camera the middle finger. It's it's incredible.
It's great. There was like a cheer in the room when that happened, when we
Yeah.
last watched it.
I don't know why. It just feels empowering. On top of Grace Jones, beside Grace Jones, Amaretto is such an interesting character, and the movie keeps you on her toes about her identity. I
Mhm.
want to say ultimately it pays off because of how fun to watch Dee Dee Pfeiffer is, and also how genuinely funny the reveal of her identity is. Even watching it this time, I couldn't remember, like, is she a vampire? She's luring Keith to his death, surely, but in the simple act of leading him to his death multiple times or trying to. And then she's like, and the entire way she's like, "Don't you remember me? Don't you know my real name?" And he's like, "No." And then at the very end, she's like, "It's me, Allison Hicks from high school." It's like, what?
This whole time?
Yeah, you could have said this at any point. You could have said this when you were serving drinks.
It wouldn't have been a shocking reveal. Like it's really
No.
anticlimactic, Alison.
But but in like the funniest way. And the fact that like AJ is like, "Oh, Allison."
Oh, Alison! I love that moment. That's so
So
good.
good.
Yeah. AJ, who you think is the kind of guy that would never remember a girl's name, instantly blank
Ally.
out.
Well, I don't even know if he's an ally. We'll get to that part too.
Yeah, fair, fair. I appreciated Alison maybe the most this time watching it, actually, because
Hmm.
she is this sort of, we're used to Bond women, we're used to the ditzy character being an annoying male fantasy.
A
But in this
damsel in
case, like
distress. Yeah.
I really appreciated that she has chosen ditziness as her armor. Like it's her defense mechanism for the environment that she's working in. She talks about how
Yeah.
she is, just she's doing this job to survive. There's no judgment from her. There's no judgment from Keith actually about sex work, about working in a club, which is great. But yeah, the character is not dumb at all. She's just got really great instincts for how to cope around men.
Hmm. And
That
her work environment.
understanding, yeah,
Like she is this movie is pro sex worker, right? Like
Yes.
it feels that way, but also Allison slash Amaretto is like, yeah, like I have to do this job, but I'm good at this job, but
Yeah.
also this place is weird. And she's not wrong. Like, this is the strangest strip club I think anyone has ever been to. Also, though, the vibes are spot on. I mean,
Immaculate.
I've been to enough strip clubs to know that they are all kind of like this. And they're, it takes all types. It takes all types. And I've seen them all at a strip club before.
I've seen, like, when you look at strip clubs in movies, a lot of the times it's like Magic Mike or Burlesque. It's like, we have this gorgeous proscenium arch theater or this incredible lighting rig. Everything
And
is
it's filled with
huge.
people, and
Yeah.
people are
The energy's
screaming and
up.
stomping their feet and having a great time. But actually, it's much more like this, where it's like loosely populated, and some guys are playing pool in the back for some reason. And there's a
Yeah.
few people who are just like passed out drunk. And there are dancers who you wouldn't expect to be dancing at the strip club based on a number of factors: age, beauty,
Enthusiasm.
enthusiasm, wardrobe. There are just some people who are not fit to be at the strip club who are always at the strip club on both
Yeah.
sides of the proscenium.
Yeah. I mean, every stripper in this movie is an incredible performance in its own right. Like, I love all of them. No two strippers are alike in this movie.
Imagine being Candy. Imagine being Candy and having to follow Grace Jones's number, Katrina's number, with like a Bamanda level striptease. Bamanda is a
Because
Lauren Lapkus
Bamanda.
character from The Characters. Highly recommend you find that clip on YouTube. It is on our queer playlist at Andrews, but it is very much like
Bamanda is my go-to now reference for strippers. It's you're either
yeah.
a Bamanda or a Katrina, you know? That's really.
Then there's nothing in between.
Yeah, Candy is like she's almost like a Victorian burlesque dancer. Like she's retro. But then you have Cimarron the bodybuilder in pasties and leather who is like, "Oh my god, this is a queer woman for one thing. Like everything about this is
Yeah.
queer." And I'm sure there are plenty of men in the audience who are getting off on this, like muscular woman in leather. But at
Who's
the
a
same
total
time, it's like,
dominatrix.
yeah, like she does not fit with the other strippers, and none of the other strippers fit
Wrong
with each other
audience.
either. Yeah.
Two of my other favorite strippers are the ones who are doing each other's makeup in the mirror.
Yes.
Reveal that there is no mirror and they're just like reaching through to do each other's makeup is incredible and gets me every time. Also, side note, when AJ goes to that mirror and he's like, "See, man, I'm a vampire. I can't even see myself in the mirror." It's like, dude, that's not a mirror. Maybe you aren't a vampire.
He's literally looking at the other side of the room and not working out. Oh, AJ, you're so
Brilliant.
pretty.
You're so pretty and dead.
Also, there's a bartender with the biggest, like Gary Larson beehive hair. She's a favorite of mine. I love her.
Oh, yeah.
She's jaded and tired, but she spent hours forking that hair into place.
I don't know if this belongs in well, no, maybe I'll save it for fashion. But if we're talking about hair, then boy, there is a hair reveal in this film that is stunning.
I know the one you mean. I know the one you mean.
Okay. Let's are there any other women that you want to talk about in this film?
We should mention the Asian waitress who is given a very, like, this is the worst treatment of a woman in this movie. The Asian waitress who screws up and is punished with death and then is just thrown in the trash. And like she barely gets to be a character in the movie. So it's unfortunate that this movie only has two Asian characters and they are both, well, one is a punchline and the other is thrown away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty rough, and definitely like, wow, movie making in the 80s was so anti-Asian. And I
Yeah.
was talking to a family member about this, and maybe this is too revealing, but like I grew up in that atmosphere of specific anti-Asian racism, and it was so like I had a lot of unlearning to do as an adult about my attitudes towards Asian people, and it's like no wonder when you see the depiction of them in film at this
Yeah.
time. Like they are poor Duncan. We're not talking about the boys yet, but he is just the butt of every joke in this film, and this is a character I genuinely enjoy. Like I think he gets a better part than like some of the not Chris Columbus. Who's the big 80s filmmaker? The filmmaker who did Pretty in Pink and
John Hughes?
John Hughes. Every Asian character in a John Hughes film is upsetting. Every Asian character in like a Meatballs type movie is upsetting. And sure, Dunk is a pretty upsetting character as well, but at least he has a little agency, and at least he isn't like doing the accent the entire film. He just gets to be like another university student, which I did appreciate.
Yeah.
But damn,
But also
is he
a bit of a... I think we're into the boys section here, by the way.
We're fully into the boys section. What can I say?
We made the transition through
Seamless.
Gede Watanabe. I think Gede Watanabe actually played a lot of the other Asian roles in 80s movies. It was him or Ke Huy Quan were playing, pretty much dividing up all these awful roles between them, which is why Ke Huy Quan quit Hollywood for 30 years or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if Gede Watanabe, was he in? Yeah, he was Long Duck Dong in 16 Candles, Gede Watanabe.
Long Duck Dong. I almost said the name, but I was like, surely that can't be it. That sounds too racist.
Yeah. Nope, it wasn't too racist for the 80s. And yeah, Gede Watanabe in this movie is like, he's one of the comic highlights. Like, he's a brilliant comedic actor in this. He has some of the best lines, not at his expense of his race. Like the things like the squirting the
Banaka.
Oh my the breath stuff.
It's Banaka, baby. It is like we all had Banaka in the 80s and 90s. I remember bringing a bottle of Banaka to school when I was in like the 6th grade because I had seen it in some movie, probably Ace Ventura.
Is it breath spray or is it like...
Yeah, it's like Listerine in a sprayable form.
Great. Well, we're not sponsored by Banaka,
but willing to be.
And even like the comedy of putting on a jacket at one point, it's like he tries like 3 times to get his arm through the sleeve. He has a lot of great moments in this movie. A lot of them comedy. In the background.
Yeah. And he also has some great lines like, take me with you, pretend to be my friends for a week. Like, it's sad and pathetic, but it's also hilarious.
Yeah, and it's a real shame that the character meets the fate that he does, but I don't think it's a bad role. Like it ends up, well, I think Gede Watanabe makes it a really fun character. Role. Yeah.
I mean,
what could have been criminal.
I think it's like a funny reveal too that he's a vampire. Like, first of all, in the strip club, he was like, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to catch the last act. And he's been there for every single act. And like, they're like, no, we got to get out of here. And then they're trying to drive away and they get stopped by a couple trucks and they get out of the car and it's on fire. And they're like, come with us. And they turn around and he's like, hey guys, wait. And he's got the fangs and they're like, get out of here. And then the car blows up. I mean, it was funny. It's a good death.
It's a good death. Yeah, just as a commentary on where cinema was in the 80s, it's not the worst offender, even in Gede Watanabe's own career.
Yeah.
But it also does not it's not a great role. It's just a great performance.
Right. It doesn't hold up per se. Yeah. But yeah, he does do really well in it. Let's talk about the other boys. I got lost in Keith's sea blue eyes in the first 2 minutes of this film, and I didn't want to get unlost, baby. Don't find me. I'm lost in there.
Yeah, Chris Makepeace's baby blues are shocking. We didn't have the technology, the contact lens technology to fake that back in the 80s, so
those are
that's all him.
Ice blue. Yeah, incredible. And also, Chris Makepeace, great name for a Bond boy.
Yes. If only they could get a young Chris Makepeace to play Chris Makepeace. Yeah, he's a beautiful man, and that's something that I tend to like. He and Geddy Watanabe also, like, he's gorgeous.
Also really
He's a
handsome.
cutie,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not played as eye candy at all. Both these boys are gorgeous, but I'm not looking at either of them.
I know that you only have eyes for AJ, and I get it. I get it. I'm fully get it. He's 80s beefcake, right? He's got that
He,
curly mullet. He's got that chiseled jaw. He's got that kind of smarmy smirk. You know he's going to
yes,
call you something
yes,
awful in the bedroom, but also he's going to be in the bedroom with you.
yeah. The dick's going to be so good. Robert Russler was like he was an icon of the 80s. He played the object of queer desire in Freddy's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
He was the romantic rival in Weird Science. So he's an icon. Like these roles back to back, making this sort of icon of jock hotness in the 80s. There's another movie that he made called Thrashin', which I was not aware of, that he made right after this one with James Brolin, like a young, whichever Brolin would have been young at that point.
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, young Josh Brolin as like the hero, and Robert Russler playing the like anti-hero in like skateboarding wars. We have to watch it. If you Google Robert Russler thrashing, you will see why we have to watch it. It's all like cut off sleeves and ripped t-shirts where it's like the t-shirt is scored across his abs and he's wearing heavy eyeliner. It's gorgeous. Like I'm so
Oh
excited to watch this film.
my. Oh
I
yeah,
will
this is
flash an
going on
image
the
up on the
list.
screen. Several lists.
He's got the earring. He is
Yeah!
gay. It's how we know gay people today. They have the cross earring that's dangling on the one side. Thank you, Stranger Things.
So yeah, I'm excited to continue my journey into Robert Russler. He was also in Babylon
Woof.
5, which I
Mm.
continued to have a crush on him in that era, not realizing it was the same person. But he was playing the hotshot hunky male pilot that the creator of Babylon 5 didn't want on the show. So he just never wrote any scenes for him and then just killed him off one day. So like he would always be in the opening credits and I'd be like, oh, he's so handsome. And then he would never show up in any episodes. Devastating.
As a Star Trek girly, I was so not into Babylon 5. And I
Fair.
realize like that's a bit of hoity-toityness, pickiness about my sci-fi, but it definitely was like the cheap younger cousin to Star Trek The Next Generation.
Yeah.
And so it just never really got my teeth in it, you know? It's a big blind spot in my love of science fiction.
I mean, there's some great characters, not a lot of eye candy, though.
No, I just remember hair that kind of goes like
Yeah.
Queen Amidala shaped.
Oh yeah, I think they originated the look.
The
And
Amidala,
then
yeah.
Farscape came along and was stupider and sexier. And so, like, if you're going
I
to keep
think I
one, I'm
probably
going to keep the
also
one
like,
with the hot
yeah,
guy in the leather pants, you know?
fair. Anyways, we've talked a lot about 90s science fiction. Let's talk more about 80s horror
Horror.
fiction.
Okay, well, we've talked about the hot boys, but there are
Yeah,
some other boys in this movie that deserve a shout out. And top of the list is Sandy Barron, who plays Vic,
the club owner?
the club owner, or the MC of the club, I guess.
Right.
Because I think Katrina is the owner, actually. But Vic, who welcomes them at the door by checking their ID, which it means checking if their wallet contains credit cards and cash. This is such a good role. Sandy Barron is like, he has that Vegas stand-up kind of vibe down pat. I don't know if that
Mm-hmm.
was part of his career trajectory. He's not someone I know from a lot of things. One of our friends mentioned he was in Seinfeld, but I don't know. I
Oh,
didn't watch
yeah.
Seinfeld. So,
I
but
did,
he
but I
is
can't
second
remember.
only to Grace Jones in terms of how iconic his performance is in this movie. He is a great, like, hench villain. He is a great character, like in the capital C sense of he's a character.
Yeah.
He has so many good lines, and he has this sort of this faux classiness, this sort of, you know, Vegas if you shook Frank Sinatra's hand kind of ethic, but at
A
the same time,
patina. Yeah.
yeah, like he believes in class, not class, class.
Class.
And he dreams of Vegas, like he's in this schlubby little shithole, and Vegas is his great aspiration in life. And yet he's also the guy who like gives the hero the big talk. Like we have the classic James Bond sitting down for dinner with the villain scene, except here it's the villain and the hero sharing brandy at the bar, and the villain explaining, well, we kill the people that no one's going to miss, and hey, that's fine. I think is like American domestic policy now. Turns out there are no
Yikes.
people you aren't going to miss. That's what I would
Yeah.
say.
Yikes. It's a weird time. Yeah, Sandy Baron, like, really fun to watch. I think the last time we watched this film, I was like, oh yeah, best part of the film. This time, I think I was a bit more into Amaretto than I was into Vic, but I still think Vic is a standout character. Really funny. I love at like the end of his story, he's sitting in the club as it's burning, and there are very specific fires lit all around him. Like just the pictures are on fire, none of the actual wood in the room. Uh, and he's like bemoaning his fate. He's like, I guess we're not going to make it to Vegas this time. And he lifts his hand to drink, and his hand is on fire. Very silly. I love it. Are there other men that we want to talk about?
I mean, Vic has a henchman, but I don't know that he's adding much. Like the henchman's henchman.
Right. And there's Snow, the vampire
Snow.
hunter, who is like a Bill Nighy clone, but is not Bill Nighy.
It's
And
Billy
it's
Drago,
very
who is an icon of 80s cinema, actually.
yes, of course. You're kind of like led to believe that he's a vampire in his
Yeah.
introduction scene, and he has a couple hanger-on women who are, and like AJ or Keith and her are flirting, and she smiles to reveal some like pretty fucked up teeth, and it's like, oh, that's what the vampire is going to look like. Turns out, no, not a vampire, just fucked up teeth.
Fucked up teeth. Yeah, and Snow and his brothers, I don't guess, like they're albino, but they're not vampires either. They're just albino. Like
They come
it's
back in
taken
a
me like
weird way where you think they're gonna like save our heroes, but they end up getting taken out like really easily by a child.
by a child, like a vampire
Yeah,
child. Yeah, yeah. You
yeah.
think surely they're the dangerous ones, and it turns out no, they are not the dangerous ones.
But look
It's
out for
fun.
that kid. Yeah, it's fun. Let's talk about the music.
We open the movie with like a classic Hammer horror, like classical sort of sting. That's all part of the setup. That's not what we're going to be listening to in this movie. And the standout track of this movie is Grace Jones performing Grace Jones to Grace Jones.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about the performance. It's still like, I still kind of like get my breath taken away just thinking about it. Is it actually a Grace Jones song that they use in this film?
That Grace Jones's character is dancing to, yes, and over the end
Okay.
credits, and
Okay.
yes, which begs the question: who recorded that song in this movie? Was it Grace Jones?
Is Grace Jones a character living in this universe as well? I have to assume so.
I think she must be. Every universe has at least one Grace Jones. Some are lucky enough to have two.
The only other music I think to talk about is the 50s jukebox music, which plays at the diner, which is just to like stand in to say, hey, it's the 80s and we're obsessed with the 50s.
Yes. Yeah.
But I suppose, like, do movies today have a lot of songs from the 90s? Because that's how far away we are in comparison, right?
Right.
Like, are we playing a lot of Spice Girls and NSYNC and Alanis Morissette in film today?
I mean, we're not playing enough Spice Girls in film today. That's all I can say.
Fair. Okay, then there's no comparison. The 80s are just super obsessed with the 50s, and we need to bring back the Spice Girls.
Those are the major
just do
takeaways.
Spice World again.
We'll get to it. I want it to be available to watch somewhere.
Honestly,
Insane
we need
that movie is
a 4K up-res version of Spice World.
Criterion Collection Spice World. When?
The people demand it. There's no other music in this movie. It's just like 80s synth.
Like the dancers are dancing to the background score. Like there's nothing.
And they have the same energy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The last dancer on the stage, I love her. The one who's just like, go, give us nothing.
Give her $1. Okay. Fashion. There's a lot of fashion to talk about.
A lot of fashion. And I've already mentioned Keith Haring, who is credited in this movie as Grace Jones's body makeup and chair by Keith Haring.
Cool.
Yeah, Keith Haring, an icon of his pop art, especially of AIDS era queer art. He was buddies with Grace Jones, part of the Basquiat Warhol Yoko Ono set. All these people hanging out together at Club 96. I forget the 54. Name. That sounds more like it.
Yo 54?
Yes. No, Club 96.
I think you're right. It's Club 96. 96. Uh, yeah, incredible design. I love Katrina's Rhonda McDonald look. This is specifically, she has the Keith Haring body makeup, but a painted white face with like classic clown like accents and this red triangular wig. It's incredible. And then
Well,
underneath to
she has
have
blue
like,
contacts, actually, so I guess they did have the technology.
but also you can tell the quality of contacts
You
back
can
then
tell, yeah.
because you can tell. When she's backstage, she's wearing this head wrap in the shape of the triangular hair,
Like a croissant.
a croissant. And she removes the head wrap and her hair is in the same shape.
It's so good, so funny.
It's so funny. Like the hair does not move. Do you need to wrap your hair if it's not going anywhere? Like, mama, this is a wig.
It's such, I mean, that's why I love this movie. It's such a rich text. You can just, you keep discovering new things to love.
Yeah. Oh, like who is this for? Why? And like she wraps her hair after she leaves the stage and she unwraps her hair while she's backstage. And there doesn't seem like it is just a reveal to have a reveal and for no one but herself. And
Yeah.
she is an eternal vampire.
With
I love
wigs
it.
galore. So, you know.
Yeah, of course. Amaretto also fabulous outfit. She's got this green bra and wrap, a giant circular pendant necklace, but then she puts on this black and white zebra print jacket over top
Yes.
of that. And like nothing has been more 80s than other than maybe the Keith Haring body paint. But this is like something that you would actually see out on the street in the 80s, I feel like, and serve. Serve, serve, serve.
Again, watching this movie with our friends, all a bunch of queers, all immediately going, I want that coat. Where can I find
Yeah.
that coat?
Oh, yeah. I think we inspired our drag queen friend.
I hope so. I hope so. Because they need to get busy making more looks, frankly.
Yeah, honestly. Get to work.
The boys' fashion is all very 80s. Duncan has his sports coat over a Bermuda shirt, which is, I think, meant to make him look sort of tragic, but actually just really works. Like, he looks great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robert Russler wearing a shirt that is, I think, back in fashion now, like a busy print, sort of loose silk number, I think.
Is he wearing a blazer over top of it? Or is that just like, is this a Berenstain Bear situation where I'm inventing
He
something?
might be, but we have no way of knowing.
No, unfortunately, there's no video evidence of this film.
And if a picture pops up on screen here, it's just a coincidence.
Right. And then AJ is wearing like a classic Letterman's jacket.
Yeah.
And I guess a t-shirt underneath. It's a little unassuming, but you know, he's our final girl, so he has to wear something pretty basic. Keith.
Not
yes,
AJ.
Right.
We have to talk about the lighting. I mentioned it up top, but
oh my god.
Pink
Everything
and teal
is pink
lighting.
And green.
Yeah.
It's the set of Wicked if Wicked were filmed in 1986.
It's astonishing. Like, you see it first, like, inside the club. Well, actually, I don't think you do see it first inside the club. I think you first see it out in the street.
On the streets.
But at that point, you don't realize that it's a motif. And then you see it inside the club. And then it is everywhere, including the...
And then you see it in the sewers.
Death Hotel and the sewers. Yeah, it's the point at which the sewers, which are incredibly clean because they're not in use anymore, apparently, and have their own lighting design.
Yeah.
It's like, this is amazing. Like, it's fully just divorced from reality. We just have beautiful sewers with beautiful lighting that is also like deliberately, you know, pink and green do not go together. It's jarring. It's discordant. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, the lighting in general, on top of like it being colorful, like there's this moment where the street light is pouring through a manhole cover and it lights Keith's face beautifully. And it's like, wow, the lighting in this sewer is incredible for a photo shoot. And I feel that, you know, last week we talked about Seizure, and the lighting in that film is horrendous. You can't see anything that's outside. And here we have a bunch of sets that are like underground and outside at night, and you can see everything. Like, just such a what a difference lighting can make to the quality of a film that is set at night.
And one last fast shout out from me, Vic, wearing a pink tuxedo jacket. Gorgeous. Perfect choice.
Classy.
Classy.
So, Andrew, do you find this film queer at all?
It's a great question. I mean, it, as I said, this film awoke things in me. Awokened. It stirred me. Like, I must have been like, I don't know, 14 the first time I saw this, and it was like, oh, this is the only thing I will think about now for the rest of my life. There is an inherent queerness to the character of the vampire strip club owner, like if you want to go with like the subversive outcast / sex equals death / sex work is inherently queer because it is also about rejecting the norms of reproductive sex. There's all of that unpacking to do, but there's also the relationship between the two boys that is an intense homosocial relationship, two men who love each other and who each is given the opportunity to kill the other and they both refuse to take it. And that's the queerest thing in this movie.
Truly, it is not just like, we're not just saying that they love each other because it is apparent. AJ says to Keith, "I love you, man," a number of times, in this way that is like, he's pleading, like, "Don't do this. I love you," or "I need you." It is. And the fact that Keith Haring is involved in the design of a very small part of this film, but maybe the most impactful part of this film, and Grace Jones herself, who we know to be a queer icon and an ally and someone who kind of exudes this othered sexuality. This is like one of the queerest films, I feel like, in a lot of ways.
It is, for one thing, it is homoerotic, and I think very, very deliberately so. Like, this is a film that opens with the two boys being abducted in their underwear, led into a church where they're going to be hung. And, we get Robert Russler in his tidy whities straight up front. Like, that's immediately telling me that this movie is for me. There is a gay character, the guy working the front desk at the hotel, who gets one look at Keith and is like, And there's the classic line, "They're all vampires. That doesn't make them bad people." Queer content, baby.
Queer content. Yeah. I love the queerness of this film, and because of the time that this was made, 1986, panic, AIDS crisis, it feels like we had to do everything we could to not say the word gay, but everything that we see is screaming gay at us.
I mean, if you really want to get into like the deep media studies essay analysis, this is a film that's telling us
doing.
I mean, that is what we're doing. But I'm just giving this one as a freebie to anyone writing their essay right now. It's a movie where we're told that sex equals death, but it is Keith's persistence in wanting to find AJ that forces them to bring AJ back, and AJ then survives. Sex does not equal his death, and the relationship between the two boys, allows him to carry on living. That's beautiful.
Oh my God. That's really fucking touching.
Queer. This is a masterpiece, Shane.
Okay, I know you can hear what we're saying, and then you're going to go and watch the movie, and you're going to ask, are those two okay? But also, we're not wrong.
This is kind of the spirit of this podcast, though, really. Like, we are looking at reclaiming queer context and the non-heterosexual version of the world that is hinted at through so many of these movies. And in the AIDS crisis, this movie is actually a really great queer text in that way, for the way it positions women, for the way it talks about relationships between men. for the way it talks about sex. Like all of these things are in the movie, and yeah, let's reclaim these works that were maybe not intended to be queer works, but we can relate to this film in a big way.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't think it was intended to be anti. I don't think they were avoiding queerness. I think queerness is just innate to the fabric of the movie.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right. Even like when we talk about Bond films, it's like, queer people have always existed and gay people have been in the film industry since its inception. So it's not like we're just pointing out things like we think this is queer. It's like there were queer people who knowingly put these dog whistles, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
into the films so that people like you and I would see it and like have that moment of recognition. It's like the dead language Polari. There are little signposts that kind of let you know, like, this is for you, and they're not going to recognize it, but know that we put this in here for you. And so I feel seen by a movie like this. This is one of those movies that was absolutely made for me as
Yeah.
a queer gay person. And I'm so thankful that you brought this into my life, that we got to share this with our friends, that we get to talk about this on this podcast, this YouTube series. And I just really hope that more people go out there and discover it because, it's crazy and it's bad, but it's good and it's got a great message.
By the way, it's not just that queer people are in Hollywood, it's that straight people are mired in a culture that is created in large part by queer people. Straight people making movies may not be ready to have the conversation, but that doesn't mean it's not in their work. They may not be ready to look at themselves, but that doesn't mean they're not putting the queerness out there because it exists, as you said, like it exists, therefore it exists in the work.
Yeah.
Far too intense.
Wow. This all came out of Vamp? Oh my God. We need to end this.
Let's score this movie. We love to rate our movies on a score from 0 to 5 and then award bonus points for the depiction of women, the depiction of the boys, the music, the fashion, the queerness, and we may apply a penalty if we think the movie does something terribly wrong. Shane, I'm going to let you go first in scoring the movie because you know why.
I know why. Like parts of me are like, in reality, this movie is a 3. But for me, this movie is a 5. And I'm unashamed to say that now. Having seen it twice, having it be such a better experience the second time, everything that we just talked about, I love this movie. It's a 5.
It's a perfect movie. It's the greatest movie ever made. It's a 5.
Again, people are going to watch this movie after having seen this, and they are going to send help.
Bring it on. Bring it on. You come into these comments and tell me I'm wrong. I'll fight you.
I've needed help for far worse things in my life.
I do need a lot of help. The
I
healthcare
do need
system
a
in Canada
lot of
is
help.
pretty good, but it's not great from a psychiatric point of view.
We got deep on this 20th episode.
Let's talk about the women. No, sorry, let's score the women. Does it get a bonus point for the women?
Let's score the women.
Let's score the women.
We did it. We really did it. We've laid ourselves bare. The women get a point. Like,
Women get a point.
obviously, Grace Jones, Amaretto, but all of the background dancers, Cimarron especially, Candy especially, the bartendress, even the woman with the fucked up teeth, like, all the women.
Even the child, who's immortal, so I guess is a woman. I don't know how that works.
So.
All right, the boys, we've got 3 gorgeous leading men, all of whom bring something wonderful to this film, one of whom is Robert Russler. So it gets the point from me.
And one of whom is Chris Makepeace. So it gets the point from me.
Perfect. And we both love Geddy Watanabe. Don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. Then there's the music, of which there is not a lot. And what there is God bless Grace Jones. God bless Grace Jones.
It's insane. And honestly, I want this to be a perfect movie, but I've been so hard on other films for less.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to withhold a point for the music. I'm so sorry.
I am with you. This is an 80s movie. There's no real excuse for the music not to be better. Like,
Bangers.
there's like one needle drop when they're driving to the club, and I don't even remember which song it is that they're singing. Are they even singing along to the radio, or are they just singing?
They are just singing to...
So
It's not even a good song. It's one of those 80s songs that I hate, and I can't remember
some
it.
yacht rock
But
thing.
yeah, and I'm sure you'll find the name and flash it on the screen here, like, these two idiots.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Audience, you know better than I do. Yeah, the music just isn't what it could have been for an 80s movie about vampires killing college boys.
Yeah. But let's get
But
back
the
to
fashion.
positives. The fashion. This movie is all about fashion.
It's impeccable fashion. I haven't used the word impeccable yet in this review. The fashion's impeccable.
It is. Again, it's insane, but at least this way, it's in a good way. Like the coil
Insane
bra.
Yeah.
But
The
insane
hair,
is fashion. The
the
hair.
body paint. Yeah, exactly.
The
You've got to be saying
zebra.
something in fashion. And this movie's saying everything. Sometimes it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
know what it's saying. Sometimes it's tripping over itself.
It's
But
saying a
it's
lot of
talking.
things. Yeah. Like it's done a lot of cocaine in the bathroom, the fashion in this film.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so most of the scoring has been pretty inevitable to this point, but the last point is maybe the big conversation here, the queerness point. Is this a case of where what we're bringing to the movie is giving it a point, or is that not enough, or is it actually there, or how does this work, Shane? How does this work?
Look, we've had this conversation so many times in the past 20 episodes. Like, I really withhold the queerness point from pieces that don't deserve it. We see a lot of queerness pointed at in films. Like, it's a little bit here, it's a tiny bit there. Even, and to talk about the last episode again, Seizure, there's a bisexual character in that film, and we held the point back from it
Yeah.
because it wasn't earned. This is a movie where it is not talked about in the text, but where it is present throughout in a permeating way, in a way that as queer people, you and I can see plainly. I
As
think,
queer people, we choose our movies.
and I am choosing Vamp. This is a queer ass movie.
Yeah, there are three grounds on which I am comfortable giving this the queer point. One is it's a movie about sex and sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it has a male relationship, a loving male relationship at its core. And three,
Mm-hmm.
I am a shameless apologist for this movie. So on that basis, I am giving it the point for queerness.
I really thought you were going to have something more solid for number 3 there, but
no.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
No, this is utterly shameless. So that's, is there a penalty? I mean, the treatment of Asian characters in this movie is a thing that deserves to be called out as incredibly problematic. Against that, it's not a misogynistic movie and it's not a sex-phobic movie. So it actually is kind of above the grain in other regards.
And I also feel like I say this a lot. I don't want to defend the racism of this movie. But like, we aren't forcing someone to do the Asian stereotype accent. We aren't forcing someone to, like, he's not falling into the trap of so many characters that we see in film then, in film before, and even sometimes in film now. He is just a straight up character in this film. It is unfortunate that the two Asian characters are discarded of and that he is the butt of a joke still.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could have cast a white person in this role and they chose to cast Geddy Watanabe because he's great and he's funny.
That's ultimately why, like, I think this movie, it doesn't have enough flaws to earn the penalty. The biggest flaw is that it is part of an entire culture of 80s cinema treating Asian people like shit. Mm-hmm. But Geddy Watanabe gets to have this. Geddy Watanabe turns this role into a showcase for his talent. And I'm grateful that we have that. So I can't give it the penalty on that basis.
Neither can I.
And
okay, we're agreed.
It's a 9 out of 10.
This is like one of the best movies we've watched on this podcast.
It is the Citizen Kane of vampire cinema.
Yep.
What do you want from me?
Send help.
So let us know in the comments your favorite vampire movie, your favorite stripper movie, or your favorite homoerotic 80s horror movie, with or without Robert Russler. But obviously, I'm more interested in Robert Russler movies. If you enjoyed this video, please do click the like button and subscribe to the channel and tell all of your friends, because we are on that drive to hit 1 million followers. And I think we have like 6.
Yep,
We'll
we're
get there.
so close,
We're
gang.
gonna
We're
get
so
there.
close.
So close. So close. Yeah, if you had fun with us, share us around like the party bottoms we are. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, kiss kiss.
Bang bang. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can follow Kiss Kiss Bang Bang on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at KKBBpod, or email us at kisskissbangbangpod@gmail.com.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is recorded in Toronto on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples.